Next fight, Big Brad Kohler from St. Paul, Minnesota versus from Rio de Janeiro, Renato Babalu. That's a tremendous matchup right there. Coming into the ring, into our octagon. Here he is. And with John Ferretti in his corner, Brad Kohler, 5'8", 225.
And this is a put-together individual, Steven.
Yeah, he's put together. Brad Kohler can bench press 600 pounds. He's incredible strength. Curls 300 pounds. He's a heavy hitter, and he's a great wrestler. And he will be facing from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, a Marco Ruas prodigy, Renato Babalu. Babalu is 24 years old. He's 6'1", and he's an outstanding record of 12 wins and no losses. 230 pounds. Great takedowns, submissions, and being a Marco Ruas student, he's got good stand-up.
I tell you, Steven, he's also a member of the...
Now let's go to the tail of the tape. Kohler, 35 years old, 5'8", 225 pounds, 69-inch reach. Babalu, 11 years younger at 24, 6'1", 230 pounds, 76-inch reach. This is going to be a great one. I've been waiting for this fight. Okay, to T.J. Thompson in the ring.
Ladies and
coming into the ring, into our octagon. Here he is. And with John Ferretti in his corner, Brad Kohler, 5'8", 225.
And this is a put-together individual, Steven.
Yeah, he's put together. Brad Kohler can bench press 600 pounds. He's incredible strength. Curls 300 pounds. He's a heavy hitter, and he's a great wrestler. And he will be facing from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, a Marco Ruas prodigy, Renato Babalu. Babalu is 24 years old. He's 6'1", and he's an outstanding record of 12 wins and no losses. 230 pounds. Great takedowns, submissions, and being a Marco Ruas student, he's got good stand-up.
I tell you, Steven, he's also a member of the...
Now let's go to the tail of the tape. Kohler, 35 years old, 5'8", 225 pounds, 69-inch reach. Babalu, 11 years younger at 24, 6'1", 230 pounds, 76-inch reach. This is going to be a great one. I've been waiting for this fight. Okay, to T.J. Thompson in the ring.
ladies and gentlemen, at the Forum in Rome, Georgia, are you ready for the big boys? The fighter to my left, in the black trunks trimmed and white with the full contact fighter logo on him, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, professional fighting record of 7 wins and 3 losses. Please welcome Brad Kohler. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, also in the black trunks trimmed in white, brings a professional fighting record of 12 wins against 0 losses. He's from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Please welcome Renato Babalu. On Kip's command.
And he's right. A true international matchup. A top Brazilian against a top American.
Look for Brad Kohler to want to throw his moneymaker, his overhand right. He likes that.
I think Babalu knows that. I think Babalu's going to stay loose and move around. Marco has had 2 fighters fight previous in this event and had mixed results. Babalu is a very experienced fighter. International Valley Judo experience and rings racket winner.
I tell you, it's an interesting matchup from a grappling standpoint. We all know that Brad Kohler has a heavy right hand, but he's an accomplished wrestler. Renato Babalu is a Brazilian national member, or Brazilian wrestling team national member, and I believe he may represent the Olympics this year, if I heard correctly, for Brazil in wrestling.
There's that right hand. Brad shoots in for the takedown. Now it goes for a knee. Energy here. I think what Babalu has to do is take this fight in late to see if he can get Brad Kohler tired. Because Brad Kohler's got a burst of energy coming in these first round or two that's just... Oh, nice knee to the head by Babalu. That'll keep him honest. There's another one.
Well, I tell you, Stephen, as we've seen before, whether Brad Kohler wins or loses, he's an exciting fighter. The crowd loves this guy.
He really is. He predicted punishment in the pre-fight interview.
He's an excellent showman.
Yes, he is. A little bit of that talk goes a long way with the audience. That looked like it might have been a groin shot. But be careful with those knees to the body. Babalu has got the takedown neutralizing. He's chopping away with the knees. These will add up after a while. Oh, to the head again.
Is that the 3rd or 4th, Stephen? That's 3 or 4 knees right to the head by Renato Babalu.
That was about 3 good ones. Now they're not real solid because he has to be careful of the takedown. They're going to chop away and give Brad a little bit of a headache. Brad tries to unleash that right hand. Brad has knocked at least one man unconscious with that right hand. So Babalu knows this and wants to be really careful. I expect Babalu to throw the low kick here.
Brad Kohler is a very, very punishing fighter. His strikes are very, very effective. He knocked Steve Judson out in about 30 seconds, I believe it was, in UFC with just a stunning knockout that left Steve Judson unconscious.
Go for the high kick.
And Brad Kohler broke the ribs of a Japanese fighter in rings with a strike as well. So he packed some power behind those punches.
Kohler is really telegraphing his shoot here. I think that Renato, being the accomplished wrestler, in Brazil they call freestyle wrestling luta livre.
Yes.
He's going for that low kick. He's being very patient. He knows that this is a reasonably long fight of 3 5-minute rounds. So he's going to take his time.
That low kick by Babalu would be an indication for me if I was Brad Kohler to want to raise my left hand.
You're right, Tim. He's looking to take that right leg kick in, get him to drop that left hand, and looking for an overhand right to the head. It's definitely a setup.
They're playing the waiting game here. They both want the other to make the move so they can capitalize. Oh, go for the high kick, and he shoots. Let's see how good the defense is. Babalu's got great defense. Nice knee, beautiful knee.
Steve and sprawl.
Good sprawl. He's going to shoot, set up another knee. Babalu seems to have solved so far the mystery. A little bit of a headbutt there by accident, of course. He seems to have been able to solve the mystery of the Brad Kohler shoot.
I'll tell you, he's fighting a great fight. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's okay. That's okay, Tim. This is an exciting fight. We all have something to say about it.
Oh, yeah. So far, Babalu has controlled the action. I was getting it, working it into a tie clinch. Now in position. And there we go. That's the end of the first round.
I tell you, I think, Stephen, this may be 3 4-minute rounds. And I know it was slated for 5. There may have been some type of change in the lineup.
Well, it seemed to me that Babalu controlled pretty much every aspect of that first round.
You know, as we touched on earlier in the fight, Renato Babalu is a very accomplished wrestler. He's done a nice job of defending the takedown, which is one of Brad Kohler's main weapons. He's also done a nice job of keeping his hands up and keeping the right hand.
Okay, and here's the high kick attempt by Babalu, and Kohler shoots. Babalu underhooks and defends with a sprawl. Sprawls again with a turnaround. And goes for the knee, catches Kohler on the chin, little shot, and sprawls back into a good wrestling position. Sets up another knee. Brad Kohler gets up, knows the knee's coming.
And excuse me, Stephen, I believe I heard Kip give a warning to Brad Kohler during in between rounds there.
Actually, I think that he was telling Kohler's corner that Babalu had been given a warning for that groin strike with the knee. So you're right, Tim. You're right, Tim.
Good call, guys. Round 2. Kohler versus Babalu.
Brad keeping his hands awfully low.
Now there's a low kick. Brad cannot absorb too many of those because it'll take away his shooting ability. He needs those legs to shoot in for the takedown. Another low kick. You know,
you might see the low kicks setting up the high roundhouse a la Kona Silveira, Marie Smith, extreme fighting.
Or the right hand, like a
Great sprawl.
Whoa! That's a knockout.
That's it.
A knockout. Unbelievable.
Kicks are legal with an opponent wearing shoes.
Now that is Vale Tudo at its finest. Renato Babalu in a stunning knockout of Brad Kohler. When a fighter is down under these rules, you cannot pause and think. That's one of the problems with some of the other organizations. You'll go and there's no kicking when you're down. Look at Babalu. He's a wild man. Huge victory for Babalu.
Well, I tell you, we talked to Babalu prior to the fight. He's quite a personality. He's got a persona about him for sure, and he exudes confidence.
He's a young man with a future. I hope that Brad Kohler's okay. The soccer kick is one of the most deadly kicks in Brazil in the no rules fighting. The Vale Tudos down there. When the opponent is down, if they do not cover up, it's as if their head is a golf ball on a tee waiting to get launched onto the fairway. Okay, here we go. There's the right hand. Kohler shoots. Babalu sprawls, sets it up, and boom. Oh, devastating kick.
Beautiful punt kick.
I tell you, this knockout actually, Stephen, may have been set up by a straight left hand earlier in the round prior to this exchange. I think Kohler was already feeling the effects of a straight right hand followed up by a right hand that we saw on the replay. We did not see the straight left hand, but I think that's probably what set that knockup out.
A devastating kick knockout for Renato Babalu. He has arrived at World Extreme Fighting 8.
Brad Kohler sits up in the ring, and I tell you, he appears to be okay.
That's good.
I'm sure Babalu's going to go over and check on him. For a great show of sportsmanship.
And now, let's go to TJ Thompson for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, 59 seconds round number 2 by knockout from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Renato Babalu.
That's about as exciting as you can get. Kick to the head knockout. Okay, now we're gonna go up and get an interview with Renato Babalu in a moment. Babalu is just excited as heck. We're gonna go now to George Brazil at ringside.
Babalu, congratulations. You ought to be very happy to beat this huge man.
Yeah.
Tá contente, irmão?
Muito, muito. Estou fazendo a preparação junto com os meus técnicos. Muito boa. Acho que tem muito para mostrar ainda aí.
He's very happy with his performance and has a lot to show. Back to you, Stephen.
Okay, Renato Babalu. Oh, what a dangerous man he is. And let's go to our next fight. Alex Paz from Rio de Janeiro versus Big Bobby Hoffman from Centerville, Iowa.